three of you awake in your crypto sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land on this unknown RimWorld. As pieces of the shredded starship fall around you, you start making plans to survive. Instant pause. Okay. So, what did we end up with? We ended up with a Labrador Retriever called Machiavelli. That's fine. Can haul. And Cassidy the cat. That's, well, fine. Cats are nice too, I'm sure. Okay, we're going to unforbid steel and wood, components, medicine, survival meals, silver. And let's check out their fighting abilities to see who get which weapon there. Anna is rubbish at fighting, which you could hate on her for that, but, you know, she's just a regular person. You can't expect regular people to just know how to fight. Cullion is a fair shooter, and Ben has a passion for shooting. Okay, so we'll give Ben the bolt-action rifle, Cullion gets the revolver, and Anna can have the plasteel knife. Oh, my voice is crackling. Okay, so equip yourselves. Ooh, boom. Okay. Where have we landed then? It's quite sparse, as we thought it would be. No hills, just some low-lying hills. There's some steel up there. I'll unforbid that. Possible ancient danger here. Herd of elk, good food resource. Herd of muffalo, much better. They will provide wool and milk if you can tame them. These green patches are marshland. You can't build on them and they slow down your walking speed. It's very annoying. And around here, this looks like it might be rich soil, but it's actually lichen-covered dirt. So I kind of have to squint to tell the colour difference between lichen-covered dirt and rich soil. Here's some rich soil here. So it's like darker. That's much more likely candidate for the ancient danger. We'll not park there. Okay. It's pretty... Well, it's not barren. There's loads of trees. Some survival package meals we should pick up as soon as possible. And up here as well. Good. We have a slightly ruined building made of marble here that we could use as our first cabin. But I like to try and pick somewhere that does have rich soil just to help farming. I'm not seeing any particularly. Oh, up here maybe. That's a tiny patch though, isn't it? Is it worth being this close to the edge of the map just for this rich soil? Hard to say. Bear with me a second. Yeah. Sorry, I had to check. Something was turned off. Okay. Yeah, we are not doing so well for the old rich soil. A little splodge here by the ancient danger. Did I unpause it? Oh, rubbish, I did. Sorry guys, that's a waste of time. I'm keeping it paused because time is of the essence at this point. Okay. So are we going to live here and mine out here and use this marshy area as a kind of buffer to slow down bandits and the like, even though we will have to drag everything all the way up there? And there's no ready-made room. Although I am kind of tempted to just break in here, and I mean, it's probably not the ancient danger. This looks a much more likely candidate because of the size, but it would be funny. And we have a steam geyser, which can help with geothermal power later in the game. I am considering it. I mean, it's quite a way to go when all our stuff is all splodged here. But Yeah, and if we farm in this kind of quadrant here, and then start mining out. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I may regret this. Screw it. Right. So we're going to deconstruct that, find out what's going on. Otherwise, we're going to need to set up some dumping stockpiles to kick things off. And this will be fairly close to the building effort. Just going to plonk it here. And we will have a stockpile of not so valuable items outside here. And we'll put a roof over it because they will be degradable. And then hopefully we'll be able to put a little stockpile in here for things like food and medicine and silver if we don't want anyone to steal. Okay. This dumping stockpile, we will allow chunks. Raw resources, we want to just use the stone type. Stone and plasteel and things. Nothing that could degrade if it's outside, like wood and plant matter. That's fine. And in this, did I make it a stockpile? It should have been a dumping ground. My bad. There we go. Try again. This one will have the things like apparel, wood, plant matter, things that will degrade without a roof, but will not be stolen or eaten by anybody passing by. That's it, isn't it? Manufactured, maybe. Textiles. Yes. Okay. Right. Now it's time to check out our people properly. Ben has been put first in the line. Ben, his name is Benjamin Woolhams, and I'm instantly going to change his nickname because Ben is just so boring and regular for a RimWorld sci-fi colony game thing. Anyway, that came out great. I think Woolhams sounds like a term of endearment of some kind. What should we call him? Woolly, Woolhams. I'm going to call him Woolhams because it sounds cute. It's like, Woolhams. There we go. He's 64. That's not so great. That's a bit old. But I'm sure he will do his best. Right, his childhood story. He was a head jack addict. Plugged into the computer via head jack for days at a time, Woolhams found he preferred the company of computers to that of people or pets. Oh dear, poor Woolhams. He gets a boost to shooting and intellectual, but a penalty to growing. He also can't warden or look after animals. He has a chemical interest, so we want to keep him away from drugs because he's more likely to go on binges. Fast walker, always good. Trigger happy. He loves pulling the trigger. He shoots faster than others, just less accurately. I wonder if I should give him the revolver instead. Anyway, let's carry on. Yes, so he has a passion for shooting and cooking. He's interested in building, mining and research. And as we learnt just now, he is incapable of negotiating, convincing, manipulating, leading and cheering up others. And he also can't look after animals in any way or do any art. But that's okay. He is going to be our cook anyway. He will be happy with that. His gear is fine. Socially, he is actually bonded to both of the pets, which is awkward seeing as he can't look after pets. Brilliant. He's arrived with a scratch scar, which is fine. It's not giving him any pain. I'm going to change the defaults for health, the applying of health to people. Lower it all down to herbal medicine for our people and animals, and down to no medicine for neutral and hostile. That would just be like ripped up rags to stem the bleeding, that kind of thing. Okay, that's Woolhams. Okay, now we have Anna. It's Anna Stell Dicena, whichever. Her nickname is Anna. She's a 25-year-old. Her childhood was as a wreckage explorer, where an apocalyptic war dragged her home planet into anarchy. She was tasked with watching her tribe's herds, but often shirked her duties to go exploring the crashed warships scattered around the planet. Instantly think of that scene at the beginning of Force Awakens with Rey going through that massive ship. But she gets a boost to animal handling and intellectual anyway. As an adult, she became an herb world entrepreneur. In the herb worlds, most suffer, but someone has to run the corporations. Anna learned the skills of the trade, greasing palms and technical analysis. She's a socio-intellectual machine. She gets a big boost to social and also another boost to intellectual. And unsurprisingly, with that background, she's greedy and industrious. She'll get a mood debuff if she doesn't have the best bedroom ever. Well, the better bedroom. And she is industrious, which is awesome. We like a hard worker here. She has a passion for intellectual, so she will hopefully end up being our researcher. Meanwhile, she is interested in growing, social and animals. And we are going to have her be our farmer for now. Very low skills in other areas, but that's okay. We can make it work. Health-wise, she's fine. So let's check out our final colonist, Kallian, Sierra Steiner, a 23-year-old. Her childhood is of a mid-world cadet. Growing up in a high-tech mid-world with a flourishing space transit industry, Kallian wished to leave for the stars and live among the growing spacer class. She excelled in her studies and gained entry to her homeworld's most prestigious naval academy. Good for her. She gets a boost to social, crafting and intellectual from this past. As an adult, she became a warship captain. Years of being commanding officer of an advanced corvette taught Kallian the art of leadership, the techniques of higher engineering, and how to stay calm while enemies try to kill you. Sounds useful here. Unfortunately, Kallian only very rarely had contact with nature. Well, she gets a lot of stuff from this. She has boosts for shooting, melee, social, construction and intellectual, and penalties to animal handling and growing. I suspect she might be a player-backer character. Like someone has gifted money to the creation of this game and in turn got to put their own character in the game. That means this person will always spawn with this nickname, with this background, but the rest will be a little more random. She ended up being a slowpoke, neurotic, so she will work faster but she will break easier, which is no good at all, and a prostaphobe. She will never want to be augmented in any way. Even if she loses a leg, she will not want a bionic limb. Good to remember. On the skills side, she is passionate about crafting, even though she's pretty rubbish at it so far. And she has an interest in social, medicine, construction, growing and intellectual. We have decided she'll be our doctor and our builder anyway. She's a pretty good shooter here, but she doesn't really feel anything about it. Health-wise, she's landed with cryptosleep sickness. She's going to be really slow and throwing up everywhere. It's lovely, just for a little while. Okay, that's all of our... I'm tempted to change this nickname though. But what would I change it to? If she is a player-backer character, kind of... Well, I've not had her before, so we'll stick with that for now. So that's Woolams, Anna, and Kallian, with our pets Machiavelli, the Labrador Retriever, and Cassidy, the cat, both bonded to Woolams, who can't handle animals. It's great, guys. Great. Okay, now let's get into the tabs. We will restrict the cat to start with. Actually, we'll restrict both of them to the home area, just to keep them safe. Assign no drugs. It's not worth risking it with Woolams here. We don't want him ending up with a addiction. I'm going to lop off a sleeping hour and add a joy hour where they can converse together, get to know each other, be happier about things. I'm going to turn on manual priorities and change the importance levels. Firefighting, most important. Being a patient, very important. Bed rest, also. And flicking switches is best to get done as soon as possible. Right, and after that I'm just going to bump up hauling to 1 so they all focus on carrying the crap up to the places I have told them to. Our builder, Kallian, is going to deconstruct this wall and hopefully we'll get a room and not an ancient danger. So, after all that, we can release the colonists. Oh, no. And I'm going to micromanage a little bit and tell them, oh, they can't. Yes, I see. Usually I would tell them to haul the food and then the medicine, things that are most degradable and important to us. But we want to open this room and then I'll put the stockpile in here. Here we go. It is quite a way for them to haul stuff for the beginning, but I have decided this is the place we are going to use as our base. So they'll hopefully be okay. Anna's going to get that steel. Right, I'm going to direct Kallian to... She's not. Fine. Now she can do it. There. Ben is the better construction worker, but he is the one with the passion in cooking, and he's the only one who can do it. Everyone else will just end up giving us food poisoning. Although Ben probably will as well, to be honest. Let me know if you can hear the music. It's too good. Yay! Ha! No ancient danger. I win. Hooray! Anyway, I'll shove in a wall, and once that's done, they'll be able to put a roof over it. And now we're going to place our... No, we'll place the sleeping spots first. It's basically just places they will go and sleep on the floor for now. And 2 for the pets. The rest of the area will be a little stockpile for food and medicine and such. All foods, medicines, if these things should turn up, and silver. If we get a raid where they end up kind of giving up and saying they're going to just steal what they can and leg it, we don't want our silver and components to be lying outside. That would be a huge waste. Right, so now we've got that sorted, I am going to force them to drag the food up. Get that door done. All food. We don't want the animals eating it. So this is all we've got until we get our own stuff set up. And I don't want to have to focus on cooking just yet. Oh, stretch. Oh, okay. I'm going to actually turn up the music because I can't hear it much either. Oh, it's really far down. There we go. We'll have it like that and see how it goes. Okay, we're going to have Woolums do the door. I don't like how I've spelt that. Well, is this right spelling for his name? I prefer Woolums to have 2 L's for some reason. Anyway, as I was saying, we're going to have Woolums do the door because he is currently a better builder than Kallian. And he will do it faster. Okay, so we've got some food in our building. That's good. But we've got a tree in the way, so we'll ask them to chop it down. Because they are taking quite some time to get past that. It's always a bit slow in the beginning, I find. Just getting things sorted out, trying to remind myself how things are working. And then that's all the food, and then Anna can come back for the medicine. And then we'll start assigning their work schedule a bit more efficiently. Is he all done? Yes. Someone should be doing the roof. Okay, I will tell them to do the roof. Oh, it's done. It's confusing. I'm sure that's the sun. Maybe there's a skylight. Let's go with that. Okay, so if that's done, we will want to start thinking about our growing zone. Would you like to get them down earlier rather than later? And I'm going to make one about fairly big for 3 people and pick rice, seeing as it takes 3 days to grow. That's the quickest of all of them. Woolums, you can now help with the hauling effort. I'll have Anna and Callian pick up the silver, and then we will get a bit more focused in our home area. There are 2 wolves down here, which are rather worrying, being that close to us. If they should get hungry, it's not good. Especially with the cat, can't really do much. Okay, time to change the work rosters. Callian will be our doctor, that's the most important thing. The others are rubbish, I don't want them anywhere near it. So, wardening will be done by... I'll put the Callian and Anna on it, they can alternate. There is a cooldown on wardening, so that should work out fine. Animal handling... Anna. We wanted Anna to do the farming. We will put that to 2 for now. We don't have many animals to look after anyway. Cooking, Woolums. So we'll put him on to 1 when we get that set up. And hunting. Callian is the best, but Woolums is more into it, so he will learn faster and surpass her quite soon. I'll actually take her off that. There's no point in them both wandering around, blasting things to pieces. What have we got next? Construction, very important right now. Our main builder will be Callian, but that's a 1. And Woolums will have it at 2, because he's pretty good. And he has an interest in it, so that's fine. Growing, very important. That's what Anna is here for. Callian has an interest. I'll put her on 4 for now, because she's pretty rubbish at it. But she could help getting things sown. Yeah, I will raise that actually. The only problem with such a low skilled person really is when they... Yes, they are very slow, but the problem is more with harvesting. They are a lot more likely to fail with harvesting, and then the crop is wasted there. So we'll put it like that for now, seeing as we've got nothing growing yet anyway. Mining looks like Woolums is the best miner, but he will mostly be cooking for us. So I'll just put that on 2. And Callian. Put that on 4. Plant cutting. Plant cutting is related to the skill of growing, so I try to only let capable growers cut plants if possible. Capable growers. We only have 1 capable grower. 3 out of 20. I used capable a little frivolously there, clearly. So we'll put this one at 2. Leave that and put that one at 4. Desperation hits. Crafting. Now, crafting is a frustrating skill because it covers smithing, tailoring, and crafting itself. So I prefer to have 2 crafters. Right now, it's not a worry though. And Callian is our best, who is our builder. So I'll just plonk her on 2. There's nothing, I haven't set anything up for them to do that. It's just a kind of stopgap in case I forget. Art, not important right now. Hauling is also no longer as important. So we will keep it mostly to low levels, I would say. Who was our cook again? It was Wollums, wasn't it? Okay, so he's more likely to be cooking, and cleaning is good for him. Anna, our farmer, better to be a hauler. Oh, cleaning there. Silly me. And put him there. Yes. Okay. I'll put these two on 4 for now. See, Callian and Anna have started cutting the trees and the bushes to make the field, and they are planting already. So that's all good there. Research. Oh, everybody wants to do research. I'll take it off for now. I just have to remember to put it back on when we actually build a research table. So. Wollums is cleaning rock rubble. That doesn't seem to be wildly useful right now, Wollums. Okay, let's get some berries in. Berries are so awesome because they're pretty much, yeah, they are the only food where you don't get a debuff if you eat them raw. Well, there is a question mark over milk. So if we can get some of these harvested, that would really help augment our survival meals. There's quite a lot on the Boreal Forest, which is great. I try to pick the bushes that are over 80%, because I find that it's more likely to not really harvest anything if they're below that. I could just be pulling that up thin air, and it makes no sense at all, but it makes sense to me. So I think they're more likely to have a good crop of berries if they're above 80%. Right, so we've hit 10 o'clock at night. Wollums and Anna have gone to sleep on the metal floor. Oh, 17 degrees in there, so they should be okay. And it's just Callian chopping this tree, and I bet she'll go to bed after that. Any minute now. That's lots of berries for anyone to be getting on with. Let's look for heel root. Very important, and grows quite well in the Boreal Forest. But again, I don't want to be harvesting it at such a low rate. I want to be sure I'm going to get something from it. There aren't many around. Us. There's Callian going off to bed. 68, oh dear. Okay, here's one. We really want to save our good meds for more important wounds and possible infections. So it's good to get heal root as soon as possible. Okay, so I will save new arrivals 3 for now. We haven't named ourselves. And let's think about where we're going to go from here. So we have our basic shelter up, we have our stockpiles up. We've got our growing zone. So we're going to check out their needs. They're still feeling fairly good. They've got that new colony optimism going for them, and low expectations because, well, they're out there with little to no shelter and they're stealing themselves to survive, which gives them a boost. That's very nice for us. So their main problem is the ugly environment. For some reason, RimWorld colonists find things like bushes and trees a bit ugly. There's nothing I can do about that. Eat without a table. This is weirdly important to them. And that could be our next goal, but we do want to think about getting a freezer set up for any food we bring in, especially as it's the 12th of April, May, which is the spring month. It's only going to get warmer. We don't want things rotting before we had a chance to cook them, and then we don't want our dinners getting gross and rotting either. So, I don't know why, I always find it really hard to begin. My mind goes a little bit blank of what I'm supposed to be doing, but it should pick up. It should. the urge is to, oh, I'll just mine out here and it will be a room, but it does take time to mine, and they all have their own jobs right now anyway. Not so much Woolham's, because we haven't got a food source up. He was good at mining, wasn't he? Yeah. Interesting. That might be a waste of time. Second guessing. Because if I build now, all I have is wood and steel. Anything else needs to be made into, like these rocks here can be made into stone blocks and then built. Or we could deconstruct this marble. Most of our wood and steel is still down here. So that's 275 and 251. That's quite a way to go. I'm hesitant to use wood, obviously, because of how flammable it is. But it might be quicker than deconstructing. We want to get some shelter up because of bandits and just nasty events like that. I think I will do it. But where? Once you get started, once you've got, okay, this is where I'm going to put my row of bedrooms, this is where I'm going to put my kitchen, you can build outwards from that. But right at the beginning, it's all a bit, oh, should I put it here? No, I should put it here. Blah. Do you like the, it does make sense to have the fridge at least pointing towards the fields. You want to keep the distance they have to travel as small as possible, because it takes time, obviously. So I have to make a decision. I'm going to start plonking a random place here because I'm overthinking it. That'll be with wood, obviously. You just saw me do it. And it will be our fridge, but I might put a cheeky little stove in there just to save space. Anyway, let's whack it up a bit faster. Okay, people are up. Good. Okay. As we don't have anything to cook on or cook with, Woolham's will be helping in the construction effort, which is excellent. So we'll have 2 builders and Anna sorting out our food. We want to keep an eye on that, because when she's done, I'll put down the next field. I used to put down all of the fields in one go, but I found they kind of spread themselves a bit thin. They would like plant a little bit here, a little bit there, and it wasn't very exact. I find it was more efficient this way, one field at a time. Now, Anna, her growing skill is quite low. As you can see, it's going up fairly fast there as well, because she has an interest in it, which is great. At level 4, there are certain things she won't be able to grow. They're too tricky for her. They're important things, like heel root. But hopefully by the time she's got a few fields up, she will have hit that. It's 7, I believe. Level 7. Yeah. Okay, see, we're almost done. He's actually going to wall himself in. It's quite traditional for the colonists to do so. So let's make a door. I find they appreciate escape. I'll plonk it down there. Heel root and berries grow quite fast, so even though there was nothing I was ready to harvest really yesterday, there may well be more options today. We just have to keep an eye out. We've been here 1 day, so within the next 1 or 2 days we will get our first event, probably of the negative kind. We do want Machiavelli to get trained. Having a dedicated hauler is incredibly useful. we can't currently train him because we have no food with which to do so. Gonna have to go in here quite often until I get straight in my head who does what. Anna is gonna be the animal handler. Okay, that's a lot of ones. I don't like it. Okay, we have our... Is it done? No, I think she's off to get some food. Oh, right. She's training the dog. That was probably foolish of me. Yeah, I'll take that back down to 2. There we go. Anyway, the fridge is done, the fridge room. So we can put down the stockpile now and start transferring all food over here. Almost all foods. The packaged survival meals are made to last without refrigeration, and so does kibble and pemmican. We will also have animal corpses stored in there as well. I will... Yeah, I better take it off here, otherwise I'll get confused about which one to put it in. And it's unnecessary for now. No. Okay. Now we're gonna need a way to make it cold, of course. So, cooler is the way to go. Which way shall we point the cooler? I'm gonna point it that way. Eventually we're going to have a hydrothermal vent. Hydrothermal? That's not right. Geothermal. I can tell the difference. Until then, we are going to be using other kinds. I'm rambling now. I'm just thinking and talking apparently harder than it looks. Yeah, we'll put it there, and then we will plonk down probably a wood fire generator because we have so much wood around. That will, after a while, become our backup generator when we have more solar and batteries going. I find it quite infuriating. They do love to walk through the one place they're trying to build on, and once they do that, it breaks their, let's say, concentration, and they wander off and do something else. Speaking of wandering off, they're doing that for joy, because they have no particular joy items. I will place a horseshoe pin here. They go mad for it. It's ridiculous. Where's Anna? Anna is cloud watching. It's very peaceful. Carlyun is, yeah, she is going for a walk. Okay, while they're wandering around, I'm thinking of setting up the animal areas a bit better. So, animal area 1 will be for the cat, who is not much of a fighter. She'll do her best, but we want to keep her close to home, but we don't want her eating our food. So, let's put it around here. I want her to have quite a way to walk, stretch her legs. I want to keep her all trapped. That wouldn't be very pleasant. So, yeah, she can have this area. I might give her... Well, let's leave it like that for now. As you can see, these are all different ways you can train your animals, and the cat has nothing. There is no way to train the cat. The Labrador can be taught to be obedient. They will follow their master around. This is for release, as in you could release them to go and attack your enemies. Rescue, if one of your colonists or pets is downed, they can go and pick them up and bring them somewhere safe. And hauling, that's pretty obvious. Grabbing stuff, bring it to the stockpile so we don't have to. And then you have these two options of following while the master is drafted, as in going off to fight, and following while doing field work, hunting or taming animals. I'm going to take off follow while drafted because Labrador Retrievers aren't fantastic fighters and we've only got the one. But you can see he's already been trained to be obedient. It's very easy to train a Labrador Retriever. And I'll change the master to Woolums because they have bond. And that means Woolums now has a mood boost. Happy to be with its bonded animal. Oh, the rice is done. Good, good. Now we're going to do, on this side, the poorer soil, we're going to put down a load of potatoes. I don't see there's much point in putting potatoes on the rich soil. They don't benefit from it as much as other plants. Well, I'm not sure if that's the right way to say it. It's more that they grow better than other plants in poorer soil. So if you've only got a small patch of rich soil, it's good to put the potatoes elsewhere. Okay, the cooler is ready, but obviously has no way to power itself. So we're going to put the generator here. Not thinking too deeply about the planning of where to put the base. I'm going to be a bit haphazard about it, just to keep some flow going. I reckon I'll be doing a lot of staring silently at the screen otherwise until I get a bit more used to it. So Woolums is now helping to make the wood-fired generator. Anna is, doing our potatoes, and Callion is helping, which means we need another building task because we're supposed to have 2 builders, not 2 farmers. If I can try and remember what I want next. Probably a table and chairs would be good. Makes them happier. They can be moved around, so I can just plonk them anywhere for now. I might put them next in between the cooler and the generator because it's nice and warm there. That being said, it is spring, so they don't really need to be so warm. Now I've changed my mind. Sorry, Woolums, you were too fast for me. I'm gonna put it here for now, and we will want 3 chairs for now. Right, now we need to link up. Okay, I'm going to grab Callion and get her to refuel the generator and see if I need to connect the power. Oh, no I don't. I go into the power tab and they are already connected. They are close enough that I don't need to lay power cords down. I'm going to preemptively lower the temperature down to -1, which should freeze anything inside. There we go. Now we are ready to receive any... Not that anyone's hauling any of the stuff, are they? What time is it? 10 o'clock again. People should be heading in to bed. They're just trying to get these chairs finished. I admire that. Okay, so we have our fridge set up now and our table and chairs are imminent. Next we will want to get a way to cook, which will be a stove. We could go electric, which is mostly reliable until you get a solar flare which knocks everything out. Save. Bump up the speed. Yeah, the solar flare would knock out all power, but that's not a wildly common event. Or we could go wood fueled stove, which again we've got lots of wood around, but it does mean cutting down wood quite a lot. So what shall we go with? I like to... yeah, the game is reminding me that I need a meal source and defences. As to defences, our options are sandbags made from steel and deadfall traps. I'm going to leave it for now and just use natural cover. Now, we have wood here. We will want to replace it with stone to avoid spreading fires and such, which makes my decision to put that there a little irritating now. So if we added a kitchen / dining room here, would I still be able to extend the walls? Would be awkward, wouldn't it? What do I usually do? Stellar brain work right now. Well, while I'm thinking, I will instruct them to make beds, so they don't have to be sleeping on the floor anymore. Oops. That one's gone a bit wrong. I'll put this one here. And the temperature inside the fridge is -1. So Cassidy's probably getting a bit hungry now. I've blocked her from these meals. Should block both of them, to be honest. I'm going to ask them to teach Machiavelli to haul when you've got some time. So we want to get some food for the cat. The cat is a full carnivore, so she will only eat meat or things with meat in, as opposed to Machiavelli being a dog. It's more of an omnivore, will eat like berries and such. So, candidate for cat nomming. If a small animal comes close, the cat will kill it itself, but it's got quite a small range. I always check the life expectancy of the animals, and then I have a rule to not kill them if they're less than halfway through. That's just how I do it. But this rat is getting on a bit. So we have marked it for death. Sorry, rat. Right. Willems is heading out to kill the rat. I want a new person. We're spread pretty thin. I want somebody to be out there taming some muffalo for us. What have we got? Oh, we've got a nice young... Yeah, I'll tame that one. She's pretty young. And a male would be good. 9 age. That's another age 2. That's female. Male 9. Male age 2. Okay. I'll just leave them there and they will take over with time. And hopefully surprise me. Right, yeah, I remember what I was going to do. I'm going to take an area here that will and place another little stockpile. This will be mainly for animal corpses. And I'll put it to preferred, so when it gets full up, if it gets full up, we can put it out here. Then I'm going to expand the animal area 1, to include that, so the cat can go in and nom on something. Where's Willems gone? Well, Willems has gone to fetch wood from our crash site. That's useful. Continue. Callian, could you move this, please, for the cat? Okay, they have a nice little alfresco dining situation. Good. It's good stuff. And the potatoes are almost done. Let's harvest some, put some more berries for harvest. Always good to have something for them to do if their main task is finished and I don't notice. Anna's going off to tame the muffalo. That means she's finished with the potatoes. So we can put down our third growing field. Let's see what her skill has risen to. Growing 4. So not so much. Anyway, continue. That's all we can do. Next we'll put down... What's that third one? Is it corn? She can't do berries yet because that's level 5. So we'll put down a smaller one of corn for now. Corn takes I think, the longest time with the foodstuffs, but it yields a lot per square. So that's why that one's a lot smaller. We don't want to have nowhere to put it and then end up with crops rotting in the fields. That would just be a hideous waste. Oh, they are enjoying the horseshoe pin. That's good stuff. Let's check how these beds turned out. Poor, good, and normal. That's not so bad. Right. I got distracted and haven't put down a stove. I had this confusion with the wooden wall I've just done to myself. The longer I hesitate, the worse it will be. So I ask myself, if I do build a little kitchen here, much better to use the actual planning tool for that kind of thing. If I put a little kitchen here and I want to upgrade it to not have such flammable walls, the cold will flood into the kitchen. Hopefully we'll be able to deal with that at that time. Oops, wrong button. Remove plan. Let's see how much wood we have left currently. We have 190 left from the crash. Let's see if that will be enough for this area. Should be fine. I used to put an airlock here, have like airspace and then another door to keep the cold from escaping. But another time I had occasion where that wasn't possible, and I noticed that it didn't really do much to affect the temperature. It didn't fluctuate wildly or anything. I mean, sure, if the door got propped open, the cold would escape. But with a wooden door being so fast, it wasn't that bad. So I don't do it anymore. Probably in like desert biomes it would be a good idea, but it's not necessary right now. What have we got? Okay, Anna is tending to the cornfield. Willems is Willems is actually listed as a builder, and we're not going to use him as such. Tough break. And Callian is fetching wood. Good. So after you've done the wall, we need to get that stove up. I'm going to put a fuel stove down for now. I do inevitably end up with 2 stoves. And it's good to keep the fueled one for when there's a solar flare and electricity goes down. So, you might notice I have not built a butcher table. That usually comes first. But as I've got these berries, they can be made into simple meals. I can put the butcher table down afterwards. Oh, there. They're much happier now. They get to sit at a table and eat their berries. Since we have berries, I'm going to forbid some of these survival meals, because they'll be really useful to keep for the future if we have to travel or something. Oh, Anna's going to get a debuff because she was too far away to take her berries to the table. It's a hard life as a farmer, I suppose. No tables. I'm going to check their needs for now, since we've got quite a bit to be going on with. Willems is feeling content. He's still got a debuff from sleeping on the ground, but that will go away soon. Slept in the cold. I'm going to leave that for now. It won't be a problem as long as we're getting warmer, but yes, eventually we will have to put heaters in the rooms. Awful barrack. Yeah, it's an ugly room and they don't like sharing, which is fair enough, they're all adults. Okay, stuff that we're sorting. Uncomfortable. I wonder if Anna sleeps in the crappy bed. No one slept in it yet. Hopefully that will be helped by sleeping in a bed, at least. Greedy for impressive bedroom, ah yes. Anna is our greedy, industrious colonist. She will want to have the best of everything, or have a sulk about it. Callian, how are you feeling? Pretty much the same, and you're in darkness. Yes, this is darkness. It's fine. It's 8 o'clock in the evening, 18 degrees Celsius. They're doing fine. It's all good. It's quite soothing listening to them sowing the plants. I think so anyway. You might think, no, that's just dull. Or it's an annoying sound. Who knows? How are we getting on? Guys, why aren't you building? I didn't put a door in. That's why they're not building stuff. That's awkward. We've just walled in a dog. That's not nice. Anyway, quest to free Machiavelli. Oh, and the cornfield is done. Has Anna reached level 5? It's still slow going even with her interest. She's almost there. I reckon one more field will do it. But what should that field be? She can't do berries or heel root, so I'm thinking cotton is the only way to go. We'll just do a... Cotton becomes redundant quite quickly. Once you get some animals who give you wool, or maybe growing, even growing devil strand, even though it takes ages. Cotton there. It's not great. It's not very good at insulating. It doesn't keep you particularly warm. It's cloth, you know. It's fine, and it's better than nothing, which is what we have at this point. It might seem strange to be thinking of winter when it's spring, but we will get more and more things we need to do. And it can become a bit overwhelming. We need to grow this cotton before September, which is the autumn month, in order to make ourselves warmer clothes. Okay, save. And speed up. Right, so we have the makings of our kitchen and fridge area. We'll want to put a light down. Always good. Not be fumbling around trying to cook in the dark. I'll plonk it there. I will have to obviously put power cables down. Oh, Anna thinks that you should give your faction a name. What should your faction be called? I should have thought this before. This could take a ridiculous amount of time. She's suggesting Gunsmith's Cave, which sounds ridiculous to me because nobody is very good with the gun and there are no caves here. So I'm not so good at making up names on the fly. I like to give it some consideration about meanings and stuff, but that won't work right now. That will take too long. Most of the factions have quite obscure names, and I like to go with that as I feel that's how this society likes to do things. So I'm stalling, I know. I'll just be really boring and call it. There's nothing, I've got nothing going on in my brain. Okay, maybe this one will be easier. Since it looks like you'll be here for a while, Anna also thinks that you should give this community a name. What should this local community be called? She thinks Wesselton. I think that sounds like a rip-off of Frozen. No, that's not easier either, is it? I've got nothing. Nothing's coming to my mind. I'm desperately looking around the room for inspiration, but it is quite a bare room, to be honest. Right, okay. It's basically a forest marshland. So we'll start with forest of Oh, this is awkward. Okay. I'm going to strangely call it Kronans Forest. This is purely because I have a tin of biscuits near me and their make is Kronans. And frankly, it's just getting very awkward sitting here staring at this. As for the community name, the faction will be like if we made another colony in a different hexagon. They would be of the same faction, but their community would have a different name. So, I've got nothing. There's nothing. This is infuriating. Getting no help from any quarter here. Let's think. That's what I was doing already. I've got nothing. I can't believe how there's so much of nothing in my brain. I wish I could like postpone it and come back to it later or something. Don't ask. I don't know. Just whatever. Don't think about it. Anyway. People are up. That was awkward. I felt like such an atrocious amount of time I was just staring at nothing, with nothing going on in my brain. Oh. There shouldn't be medicine there. Was it just harvested there? Is that the... Yeah. Just harvested, and it's quite an infuriating thing that I hope they change for 1.0. Is that someone will go and say harvest some heal root, and then they'll just walk off to the next task. They won't think, obviously my next point should be carrying the heal root to the stockpile, or even carrying the berries to the fridge. I despair. Hopefully that will be put in. Okay, we have a stove and some lights up. A light. Okay, power cord. And someone really needs to fuel the stove. Sorry, Willems. Yeah, and then he can start cooking these berries. I think that does help their nutritional value somehow. It may seem like a waste though. Cook them when you can eat them raw anyway. But let's go with it. Since we have a cooking system up, they will want to get some protein. Oh, visitors. A group from Populist Alliance of Vioresi, who thought my name was random and stupid, are visiting the colony. They seem to have a few items to trade. They'll take a while to reach us. We have Ryu the Fabulist, Hercules the Chief, and Misaki the Collector. Now, these villagers will come from a tribe, I believe. Let's check out the Populist Alliance. They're an Outlander Union, not a tribe. So they could have better things than a tribe would. A tribe would probably come along with pemmican and maybe like a short bow or something. But we don't have much money, so that could be useless to us anyway. Let's see. Right. The light is now on. Let's set up some food bills. Simple meals. Do until you have 11. Decrease the ingredient radius so they don't go wandering off too far for the cooking stuff. Allowed cooking skill 4. That's I believe that's what Willems has. We don't want to risk food poisoning too much. Pause when satisfied. I'm not really sure what this does. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. Whatever. And we'll just leave this as standard for now. We can't be too picky at the moment. Good. Our next building task is going to be the research desk. Good to get started on that. But then we don't have a dedicated researcher just now. Right. I have to pop away for like 2 minutes. I'm going to see if my little be right back image is going to work. So there might be some weird flickering. Let's see if it's working or not. There we go. I will indeed be right back. Oh no, it's gone. What's happened now? Can you see it? Just looks black in my preview. Oh, it's kind of coming and going. Well, I'll do the same. And I'm back. So let's try and get back to the game if I haven't messed it up. Oh, I can't see it. Darn. This is my first trial of my little... There we go. There we are. My little simple be right back screen. I find it was better than just staring at this screen and not knowing what's going on really. Anyway, I am back. I had to go put the washing out. Boring, but has to be done. Let's continue. We are on day 3 without any violent incident. Hooray. And touch wood. We have Willems finally getting into his role as a cook. I know it says builder here, but he really, really wants to be a cook. He just used to be a builder. He was a corporate builder. Oh. I don't think I read this at the beginning. How awkward. Even as he stewed in his own wasted potential, Willems found he had a knack for moving objects quickly. It was just what the planetary megacords wanted in their construction divisions. Unfortunately, the monotonous work erased his remaining creative impulses. Oh, well, I hope he gets his creative impulses back as a cook. Okay, so I created that little area for the cat, and you see they've eaten the rat already. I'm also gonna... That's not what I want to do exactly, is it? I am intending to put this area as an area for meals, so that when they come in they can just grab a meal, go out without having to wander all the way out here. It will save time. But for now, this is best for feeding the cat. Right, we had visitors with a few items to trade. Our best trader is the best social skill, and that is Kaliun. With a skill of 11, she is a very skilled professional, so we're going to get her to talk to Misaki. Oh, and they were right there in front of her. And they have basically nothing. Okay, that's okay. I mean, we couldn't really afford much anyway. They have some survival meals of their own. They have overpriced components and overpriced survival meals. It's in red here to show you that it is overpriced compared to the rest of the market. So you can see it says market value 14, but they are selling them for 36.82. So, I mean, even with the negotiator bonus of where I get a 16% off because of Kaliun's skill, that's still pretty cheeky. So, oh, they have some decent meds. How much would that be? 140, that's totally worth it. Let's buy their meds. Yes, thank you very much. Delighted. Now, take a drink. That's right. Getting really stuffy in here. Just really open a window. Yeah, they'll just wander around the colony for a bit, just in case we want anything more. And probably because they're a bit nosy of who's moved in nearby. Got a few more berries to harvest. Something's being killed. Did you hear it? That was definite death. There we go. One of the wolves has killed a raccoon. Well, better the raccoon than us at this point. Well, at any point. That was a ridiculous thing to say. Okay, we need more food for the cat. We may think about making kibble now that we've got our rooms set up. And that will require the butcher table. I'm going to pop it up here. And then we can bring in the table and chairs when the weather becomes inclement. Right. I am going to delete this area here. So, I'm then going to make a teeny little stockpile here just for meals, so they don't have so far to walk to get them. That will be just simple meals for now. Preferred priority. Okay. So, our butcher table's up. So we will add bill, butcher creature, details, do forever. So if anything's lying around, just cut it up. I haven't found a reason not to do this yet, but I'll think about it. Leave the radius. You know, if there can be a time when predators will kill an animal and only eat half of it, so we can make use of the rest. Cooking skill, not important. We'll leave it like that for now. Kibble we'll add on for when we have the right ingredients. It requires, here it just says 1 nutrition, but it does require 1 meat, 1 veg, as far as I am aware. I'll do until you have 50, seeing as they make them in batches of 50 anyway, and we've only got 2 animals. Pause when satisfied. That's fine. Yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. We can do little tweaks later. We're just getting set up at this point. Right, yeah, food for the cat. Suddenly all animals have fled. Understandable. See anything small? It's a rabbit, but it's quite young. I saw a squirrel up here. Oh, there's another raccoon. Age 3, that's quite young. Yeah, that's too young. Have to let them live out some of their life. Oh, there's the squirrel. Age 2, that's no good either. Right, we're going to have to do something a bit larger. We will get ourselves an elk. Now, elk live for 18 years, so I want one 10 or above. I usually go for an older male. There's one. To keep the herd fresh and strong. So, I have marked this poor elk for death. And Woolums is heading off to sort it out. Try not to think about it. Okay, the cotton is now planted and Anna's skill is yes, it's at 5. We can make our own berries. Well, we can plant and grow our own berries. Awesome. Quite a big field for berries. I know it seems a little bit... Oh look, there's loads of raspberries around. These are raspberry bushes. But something could happen to them. I don't know. It's just best to just have loads of berries. I can't see it going wrong. And they're strawberries. That makes everybody happier to have strawberries. Harvest some more. Right, we need some more building. I'm going to pull these in just in case of bandits. They like to smash stuff up. Although, it's just a shoddy table. Nah, it's spring. They probably enjoy sitting outside. It's 24 degrees in the spring. It's pretty hot here. So they get to sit outside and have their meals. That's nice, that's nice. Try not to listen to the gunfire in the background. La la la, la la la. Anyway, our next building project. We were thinking research desk, but everyone's pretty busy as it is. We don't really have a spare researcher. It would end up being Anna, and she is currently our farmer. I don't think that's as important. Oh, our visitors are leaving. So let's consider making their separate bedrooms. That will make them happier. I'm going to use the planning tool because I second guess myself a lot. I reckon I'm going to put them down here with a bit of a gap in between, because obviously we are going to want to end up swapping these wooden walls out for stone to decrease the flammability of the base. So I'm going to put them... Okay, I'll do a 5x5. I know 6x5 is classed as an average bedroom, but This is what they're getting. 5 by 5. 5 by 5. And leaving this corridor. Again, once it gets built up, it will help with any fire possibilities. That's the idea anyway. I've done it wrong. I should make it one bigger to represent the wall going around it as well. Right, so what do we have to build with? We are in need of getting a stone cutting table. But again, our colonists are pretty busy. Who's going to just stand there and cut bricks? So we're going to pull up this floor to start with, because that doesn't take too long. What else have we got building wise? It's quite far to go to pull up this one. Well, I'm going to tell them to do it anyway. Use the resources that are around to start with. God, why is my throat so dry? Excuse me, I have to pour some more water. Atrocious. Oh no, Woolham's is going to finish the hunt in the dark. It's not the night that is the problem. In RimWorld, darkness doesn't affect the hunting skill here. The problem is they're lying down. Now, when I hover over, you can see that Woolham's has a 0.76% chance of hitting that elk. Oh, he's hit the wrong one. Fabulous. Oh, he's got up, so that's good. When they're lying down, their cover goes to like 20%. So the game considers them to be 20% of their normal size, which makes them harder to hit. Which is weird, because you'd imagine that lying down would make them easier to hit because they're not moving around. See, it says target lying down, so 20%. Not good. So, I'm going to draft him and pull him closer, because another thing they do is stand at the limit of the weapon's range and start blasting away. And most of these guns are better close up. Of course, it's midnight. He just wants to go to bed at this point. Let's check how injured the elk is. Death in 14 hours. Okay, we can hit it once more and then it will probably die in the night. I know that sounds incredibly cold. I'm trying not to think about it. But needs must. Look how far away he's going. This is apparently optimal range for him. There we go. Clear prioritised work. Go to bed. I'm sorry, Mr. Elk. Death in 11 hours. This elk was also hit by accident, but is in no immediate danger. And none of them went manhunter in revenge, so I feel quite positive about it. I'm going to save. Oh right, we have a name now, don't we? Save Kronans Forest. I was wondering why the animals are sleeping outside, but I've made it so I've restricted them so they can't go in here. So I'm just going to give them 2 more outside. Or, that's not my best choice, is it? They could be attacked in their sleep. And they're not very good fighters, cats and Labradors, retrievers, so we'll put them in there instead. And let's speed it up through the night. The strawberry field is almost planted. And some bricks have been pulled up here already. We've got 9 blocks. Each section of wall takes 4 blocks, if I'm not mistaken. It could be 5 though. The Muffalo herd is nice and close now, so that helps for our taming efforts. We really would like to get some of that good Muffalo wool. It will really help us for the winter. If we killed them, we would only get Muffalo leather, which does not have the insulating properties, so it's just not as worth it, to be honest. Oh, I'm going to open the curtain a bit, see if it's too strong in my eyes or not. Spaz. Okay, that's fine. Slight bit of daylight. Okay. It is 7 o'clock in the morning. It is 12 degrees Celsius on the 15th of April, May. That's the 4th day since our arrival. And things have been pretty peaceful again, touch wood. We are slowly mapping out our base. Once you've got started you can build outwards from it. It's just that first step is difficult, where to put things. Once it's built, and you deal with it. We have a grand total of 4 simple meals. Our cook, Willems, is sleeping after his late night hunting spree. Let's check on the elk's progress. Oh god. The carnage. Yeah, he's down. Sorry, man. Still. Okay. Bad times. Anyway. Needs must. Where's Callion gone? Callion is our doctor and builder. She is taking up some of this marble floor, so we can use the stone blocks to make some little bedrooms. They really don't like sleeping together, unsurprisingly enough. It's quite a small room. It's made of steel. It's a steel box. It's not nice. So, Anna has now finished the berry field. What have we got left? Let's remind ourselves what else we could plant. What we really want, of course, is heel root, but she's only level 5, so we can't get that. There's an option on hay grass for if we manage to tame the muffalo. And in the winter, there's, all the grass and dies off. So they will need something. I could preempt that while we have some time. Yeah, I think that's worth doing. We can always change it to heel root if needed. Yeah, let's do that. We'll use the last of the rich soil for hay grass and switch it to heel root when her skill is up. Hay grass. Now these heel roots that have been harvested are degrading because they never think to bring in what they've just harvested. Yeah, we'll harvest some more because they've grown quite well and get some more berries in there. They must be getting a bit sick of berries by now. It's raspberries particularly, and they can be rather sharp. But I have forbidden them access to the remaining packaged meals. They will be too useful some other time. Our fridge is holding steady at -1. And Willems is dragging in the elk with his dog Machiavelli accompanying him. So, how much marble do we have now? We have 45 blocks. That's not much, but we can get started at least. That's 6, isn't it? Losing my ability to count properly. That's 30. Let's just leave it at that. Slowly eking out some bedrooms. I generally don't like to use marble in construction work. I get a bit funny and I just want to keep it for sculptures and sarcophagi, but it's really not practical. That's because I'm sitting here at a desk and I'm not right there. I'm not in there with them. I don't think. Let's not save marble if we can be using it. Oops, for building. So let's deconstruct this marble wall. It'll take some time, but it's all good skill raising. Look at that. That's going up nice and fast. Significant familiarity. Unfortunately, Callion is a slowpoke, so it's all taking her a bit longer to do. We'll forgive her though, because, well, she's... What's happening here? Are they having a stare out? Oh! I'm really not sure what's happening. Okay, so Callion here is supposed to actually be sitting on that chair, and Anna is playing horseshoes. It just looks a bit odd. I think she's trying to do a fake out. She's like, I bet you can't. They're trying to make the horseshoe pin a bit more interesting. She said, if I stare at you right in the face, I bet you can't hit the stick. And I think she did hit the stick. So, good job, Anna. Fun at the colony. And now they're back to work. Can't have too much fun. Apart from Woolums, who is staring off into the distance. He is 64. Maybe that's just what you have to do. I don't know. Okay. The elk has already been butchered. So I'm going to see... The raccoon was too... Oh, there's a rat. Rat age 6. Oh. Yeah, that's okay. We're going to hunt the rat for the cat. Excuse the rhyming. It really wasn't... Oh. Oh, that really went really blurry for me just then. Anyway. So it's slow going with the building. Quite a bit of marble down here. But there's no panic to get the bedrooms done. They just really would rather prefer to sleep separately. Otherwise, it's... Yeah, we are handling it. Anna's bedroom maybe we should make a little bit bigger. I don't like to cater to her being greedy and all, but I guess it's a little thing we can do. Make things better for her, and the others don't mind. Right, Woolums is cooking the simple meals. Anna is planting hay grass for our eventual muffalo. Hopeful eventual muffalo. And Callion is building a bedroom. Let's check Machiavelli's training. It's not going well. He's not very well trained at all. But we've got more important things to do. Our main animal handler is Anna, and she is focusing on... Oh no, on planting. And she's gotten food poisoning from the berries. Clearly they were left outside a bit too long, and it's making her hurl up her guts. Sorry, Anna. I do find that the first bedroom you managed to get up inevitably turns into a cell. If you catch a bandit, they need to be in a separate room. So you're all like squashed in your tiny steel box, and this bandit gets his cushy room to themselves. 34 blocks. Let's extend. How wide did we say we were doing it? 1, 2, 3. Okay. There we go. About that big. That's 1, 2, 3. I think I should have put the wall here, to be honest, and had a corridor of 2 paces, but oh well, it's no big deal. They can get past each other, and that's all that's needed, really. Machiavelli is messing up shooting the rat. He's decided this is the optimum place to stand. Clearly, maybe he's got rat jitters. Yeah. We're going to have to pull him in closer ourselves. It's just getting a bit ridiculous. He's going to be there for hours, and we need him to be cooking. Excuse me. Oh, he still backs up. You can't see him because of the trees so well now. Has he hit him at all? Her? No. Look, she's taunting you. She's coming closer. This is just embarrassing. His shooting skill is at 5. He has a passion for it, so it should be going up. It's not. Wow. It goes up each time he shoots the gun. That's terrible. I mean, he's thinking about shooting, he's focusing, and... Oh well, never mind. Are we going to have to step in? Wow. Yeah. Here we go. Bring him in. Have to hold their hands a lot. Oh no, he's going to stand on top of the rat and eat his meal. Oh crap. He's gotten food poisoning from his own food. Yeah, I mean, He has low skill, but he's the best we've got, and he will learn fast. Unlike shooting, this is just so awkward. Thank goodness we don't have to save bullets or shells or whatever they are. Great. Clearly has to be closer. No, don't. I just told you to stand here. Do as you're told. No. What is wrong with you? It's just a rat. It's a sleeping rat. Stand here and shoot it. Oh, now he's going to bed. This is fabulous. Oh. I despair, you know? How tired is he? He's not that tired. He can go for a couple more hours. What about over here? Do you like it over here better? No, you want... Fine, screw it. Go to bed, I don't care. Awkward. Okay, Anna has proceeded to make a mess of the surroundings, but she is unwell. So we forgive her. Oh, summer has arrived, but winter is coming. Your food crops won't grow in the winter cold. Be sure to store several days' worth of food now. Several? I don't think so. I think we need more than several. You can build a walk-in refrigeration room to prevent food from spoiling. Try to buy, steal, or make some parkas, or you'll freeze when you step outside. That is our concern. I mean, that's quite a negative way to start summer, to be honest. But it is to be thought about. Save. We don't have any cold weather clothes at the moment. They can put up with -14, which is a fair temperature. If I check the world tab and have a look at average winter temperature -17. Yeah, we will need at least woolly hats. How's the the cotton coming along? 17% grown. I'm worried. I mean, cloth is rubbish for insulating, but it's going to be all we've got. Yes, of course, I could slaughter an entire herd of elk and get a whole bunch of leather, but I'm just not that type of player. And people are up, getting their breakfast. I might move the table and chairs here, so they don't have to go as far, but I do like the outside situation. Of course, if I click here, this is the environmental display. You can see that all the trees and the earth, the grass, it's all got -1 beauty to them. I think they're very grumpy. I'm going to leave them eating outside anyway, because I like the look of it. So there. I'm going to move everything. I can bring them in when it starts getting colder. There we go. Take them a while to get round to that. It's not very important, obviously. Where's Cullion? Oh, she's down here. Where's Woolhams? Woolhams is still sleeping because of his embarrassment at the night. Look at it, walking around all alive. Shocking behaviour. Our rice should be ready soon. It's at 83%, 86%. Not bad. Okay. Cullion looks done with the building. Have we run out of marble? We almost have run out of marble. 4 blocks and she needs 5. So we need that. Actually, I'm going to cancel the deconstruction of that and get them to just walk a bit further and remove this floor. It's summer, so it's not, danger in the cold, although this wolf may cause problems. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Callion is rubbish at fighting. Oh no, she's the better one. My mistake. She could just about hold her own. That means Arno is the one who's rubbish, isn't it? Yeah, 0 on both shooting and melee. And their breakfast, lunch and dinner is made of berries and elk meat, which isn't shabby really. Lots of people who would enjoy that. Anna will soon be done with her current farming tasks. She's got quite a way to go to be able to grow her own heel root. So after this, I want her to go around and start harvesting what we can, because these will all die away in winter. And we don't want to be left with no medicine or having to use our really good stuff on simple injuries. Harvest up there, please. And down here. That's something for her to be going on with. Slow going, but we're getting there. We have... Oh, Woolums is going off again. He's built up his courage. He's going to face that rat. Will today be the day? Oh, stretch. Oh. Oh. Excuse me. I want to see how it's going with the taming. Muffalo, I think they're like 50, it's 50-50 to tame them. That's not the right way to say it. I'll just read it, it's much easier. They have 50% wildness and their minimal handling skill is 3. That means they are fairly easy to tame. But we are not doing so well. It takes time to persuade them to leave their herd. How far away is the rat? It's going to hit the elk. This is ridiculous. I'm going to have to get Anna to come out with a knife and just stab it in the head. In a kind way. No, this is taking too long. We need him to be cooking. This is bloody ridiculous. I might get him to just donk it on the head with the butt of the rifle. It doesn't raise his skill enough to bother with it. So, donk it. Already doing better than before. No, take it with you. Don't be difficult. Okay, that tragedy is over. I'm going to check the social tabs. Okay, so Woolums has friendship with 4, Callion and Anna. Yeah, everybody's friends. How nice. Who have we got on cooking? Cleaning even. Woolums. All this vomit lying around is just, well, gross, obviously. Oh, Anna's off. She's our animal handler, so we will see how successful we are currently being in persuading their muffalo to join us with some berries. We're coming up on 2 hours now, so I will... Oh, 10%, that's pretty good. I will call it a day soon, so I can go and get some dinner. It's almost 6 p.m. here, so I'm pretty peckish. I'm going to get Woolums to do some cleaning. Right. We are on our way. Very, very slowly creating our base. Oh, the wolf's going for the raccoon. We're okay. Good. I have to leave this area for the geothermal vent, which is quite large. Anna's training their dog now. And Woolums is run out of things to cook, so he's helping with lifting the floor so we can get at least maybe one bedroom done before I stop. Yeah, so you get about 3 or 4 blocks from the floor. 50. And a door. Must remember the door. Don't want anybody trapped like earlier on. And we have some... Oh, animal starvation. Oh, yes. Crap, I forgot the cat. We need to get her a corpse to chew on. Oh, darn. We need to drag in these packaged meals. Sharpish. Oh, it's all happening. Rain will expedite the degradation process of anything lying outside, such as food or medicine. I'm going to get Woolums to bring in some herbal meds. I've forgotten about the cat again. Okay. Maybe we can haul in this raccoon that the wolf didn't finish off. Okay, yeah, now I can see why it's not so nice maybe to be sitting outside. I will get them to bring it in. If she could haul the raccoon in for the cat. And they can... Oh, she's picked them all up. I think there was one other grouping of packaged survival meals. Is that one there? Oh, yeah, there was like 2 or 3 here. That means they've been eaten by animals, which sucks. Anna can go and get them. And Woolums, can you bring in the rice, please? It's rather important at this point. And once again, reinstalling table and chairs. I can put it in the corner because we currently only have 3. That one's facing the wrong way. Oh, I'm losing it. I am weak from hunger. Not really. I'm just peckish. Callion, could you finish bringing in the rice? Oh, hang on. Where's he taking that? They're not allowed in there. Right, we need to make a little kibble spot. We'll make it here. And have it only for kibble. And remove the kibbleness there. If you could pick it up and take it in. For the cat. Here she comes. I don't know how Machiavelli's doing. He's fine. He could probably eat the berries and such. And I think, yeah, when I make a hauling area, he will be able to go into the fridge. It's just quicker that way. Anna, how are you doing dragging that in? You're okay. Woolums. Now if you're still up for doing stuff, bring in more of the medicine. I don't know how degradation affects medicine when it comes to, healing wounds, if it does at all, but I don't want to risk it. We have to keep an eye on the temperature in the fridge as it's getting hotter. I might even lower it 1 degree right now. And people are heading to bed. Well, I thought they were. No, Callion's just going to keep going. Anna is going to resow the rice. And Woolums, if you could clean the blood. This is the kitchen area after all. Oh, look how slowly they walk through the marsh. It's quite atrocious, but on the plus side, we have it we're quite ringed by marshland, which will help for slowing bandit attacks. Ambrosia sprout. A grove of the mysterious ambrosia bush has sprouted nearby. If you wait for the plants to grow, you'll be able to harvest the delicious, pleasurable and slightly addictive fruit. It's here, by this dead bunny. You can see them, they're quite small right now. Let's try and remember where they are, because it would be useful to have some around in case of extreme mood drops. But we have to be careful because Willems has a chemical interest. We don't want to push him over the limit and end up with addiction. Callion is now coming to bed. Slept in the cold still? It's summer. Sleeping in the cold is not really affected by clothing as far as I know. If your room drops below 12 degrees, it is classed as sleeping in the cold. Right, everybody's asleep, so we will save there and call it a day. This has been Kronans Forest, and this is our 5th day. We very, very slowly created our fridge and kitchen, and now we're building some teeny bedrooms to get them out of this steel box. We have our farms coming along, which is very good. We are taming some buffalo in the hopes of having milk and wool going forward. I was just listening to the peaceful rain. But now I will sign off to get dinner. Tomorrow I'm probably going to be out most of the day, so I'm considering an evening stream, which isn't usual for me. It probably won't be RimWorld. I'd like to continue doing RimWorld around the same time. So I'm going to hopefully be doing Dungeon Siege. That's Dungeon Siege 1. It's taken me quite some time to fix it to be able to be played and streamed, so I'm crossing fingers that it will work out. It's a very cozy old RPG game. I think it's the first game I ever finished, actually. So I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and perhaps see you for that Dungeon Siege evening stream tomorrow.